Yeah, hello everyone, it's Paul here. It's the second part of me doing the monthly candles. Okay, so this one I'll focus mostly on sterling pairs and euro pairs. Okay, so let's kick off with pound against dollar on the monthly chart. All right, what do I see there? Well, actually, nice double bottom there off the almost triple bottom off the 120. Pushed up last month. Not surprisingly, we had a bit of a push down. Okay, post the shambles of the election, but actually we pushed back up, and and realistically, we closed above 130 there on a monthly basis. So that's quite it's quite a strong signal that on if you're looking at it just purely on a monthly basis. So I expect a little bit of reaction there, and at the moment, if you're trading on a short time frame, 130 has been a bit of a strong resistance, but hopefully you can see if you get above that on a weekly basis, well then we're looking at around about that 133.75 okay level, and then you're up to 138 should it continue. So it wouldn't surprise me if we saw a little bit of a move down to 128 before a move up on that, but to me that's a bullish move on pound against dollar on the monthly basis. Pound against yen, alright, it's kind of an element of the same, as in that after hitting the lows after Brexit, what we've done is we've bounced up, and the important thing is that we're getting higher lows here, right? Of course, there's a little bit of 1, 2, 3 going on there. There's lots of wicks, alright. So, but no, not surprisingly, basically getting above 148.10. Alright, 148.10 is going to start to be interesting, and then realistically, then you're looking to get above that 20. Alright, 148.84. That's where we're particularly looking at. Okay, so should it pop and move north? At the moment, that would make sense in terms of the yen has been weakening, and of course the Japanese are happy for that to happen. Pound against Swiss is a bit of a muddled picture if you're looking at on the monthly chart. If you look back in May, it was actually a very bearish sign. You can see it's in a downtrend. It pulls back, right, puts in a real sort of a key month reversal. There. But last month we had a bullish pin bar. So it's a little bit of a that's not really giving me any kind of indication of what I should be doing pound against Swiss franc at the moment. What we have known is that Swiss franc's been relatively strong this year. Pound has been weak so far this year, so I don't see this really doing that much over the summer. Pound against Aussie on the monthly, what am I looking at? Well, what I'm interested in is, I see that as a double bottom 160, alright, has acted as a nice support there on the monthly basis. It's had a bounce up, we've had a bounce down, and then we've had, last month what we created so far is effectively is a higher low. All right, it's not a terribly exciting candle. All right, it doesn't give us any real major thing, but what I do is look at it in relation to that I see as a higher low. Okay, so if it's a higher low, well then what am I doing? Well, once it gets above 176.50, 177, then that looks to me like a chance to sort of take a longer term position trade head into to the north. So that's pound against the Aussie. Pound against Kiwi dollar, alright, that's it's a version of it as well, okay, kind of a double bottom there, a rounded bottom there, if you look at it, okay. Some might even say this could be a sort of a cup and handle formation forming here on the pound against the Kiwi, if it's forming there, so it's definitely this has been a higher low, alright, it's been continued to be a bit of a higher low there, so just a bit of a kind of a supporting trend line there between the last sort of those months of the year so far. There we go. All right, so I'll be looking at that supporting that at the moment. Okay, with the top there, maybe it is, as you say, a cup and handle formation, in which case getting above 190. All right, that starts to become very bullish. Pound against CAD, well, is this another version of it? All right, is this another version of a cup and handle formation starting to build on the monthly charts? That's what I'll be particularly looking at. All right, so you have to think about, well, what would need to happen for that to go on? Well, then you're looking at, we need to see Canadian dollar weakness and sterling strength. What would give sterling strength? I think the only thing that gives sterling strength at the moment is maybe an interest rate rise. I could be wrong on that, but that's the only thing I'd see that would get people interested in that. Canadian dollar has been really strong the last 2 months because of rumours of that particularly starting. But if there was to be an interest rate rise over the next month, a couple of months, well then I could actually see as being that cup and handle formation. Final sterling is a big one. Euro against sterling. All right, so I was looking at this as a head and shoulders on the weekly. I talked about that plenty of times, but just didn't really play out, and I don't see it as having played out. Last month's candle was. I see that just as a bit of a spinning top. That's not really telling me anything. Clearly, 88.50 is, if you're looking on the weekly basis, has been strong resistance there. So getting above and closing that would give me an indication that that maybe there's still euro strength and sterling weakness, but at the moment I'm just watching it, just hovering around there. Let's have a look at the big one, euro against dollar. All right, so euro against dollar is kind of an interesting one this month. All right, so the candle pattern is that's kind of like a domino candle. That's what we've had the last couple of months. All right, it's price gone down, it's pushed down a little bit, and then it's closed up near or at its highs, which has been very strong for euro. That's the Mach 1 bump. But the interesting thing for us is about this 114.50 level. Look at that on the monthly level. All right, it's not been able to close above there. Okay, not been able to close above there for over 2.5 years now. 2.5 years, that's gone quick. Okay, and so were it to this month push up above and close on the, let's say, the monthly and the weekly basis, well, I would be taking that as kind of an indication of a strong euro and a weak dollar. Okay, and then you're looking at what the kind of the 50 up at sort of 116.70. All right, then you're looking at that kind of move there. But yeah, just look at that 114.50 is a strong level on that monthly chart. Euro against the yen. All right, so we had this is the way I look at this. Okay, we have a very nice, really kind of nice bullish pin bar that provides us with a higher low, and price is just working its way up. We're now at the monthly 200. Okay, here we're the 50s above it, right? 129.33. So I can expect us 130 getting up and around there. Okay, sort of just causing a just that round number, just sucking it all up there. But so long as it continues to operate in that way, as in we've moved towards getting a higher high, then a higher low, and then we're forming another higher high possibly. So that's what we'll be looking at. That's an uptrend for euro against the Japanese yen. As I said, not really a surprise. They want the yen weak. Euro against Swiss franc, look at that. Nothing remotely interesting for me personally. Still, still well within that range from the big move when they unpegged it from unpegged Swiss franc from the euro. You can see this is where they did it. Okay, all right, back in 2011, I remember it well, and this is where they unpegged it. And realistically, if you look at it ever since then, all right, in the 2.5 years since then, it's just bounced about. Okay, it's not really something I particularly trade or take that much of interest in. Euro against Aussie dollar, we've had a few good months of euro strength, all right, against the Aussie, but last month was you're looking at that as a bit of a momentum reversal there. I would have liked to have seen it. If I'd have seen it closing down here beneath the 20 and 50, I'd have been really interested, but it hasn't. It's just kind of, I think it might be a breather. That's what I'd be looking at that at the moment. It's a breather around the 150 level. Euro against Kiwi dollar, all right. Once again, is a little bit of push up there, right? Maybe had I'm looking at that as a bit of a doji spinning top, all right. Indecision there, up against the monthly 50. Last month we had it's a bearish close, but it's a bullish pin bar. Okay, there was a rejection there of lower prices. So I look at that. Well, what needs to happen to confirm that? Well, then I need to see it getting above that 50. All right, what's that? 159.50. Getting above there and holding above there. That would start to give me some indication that we might be moving further north on euro against Kiwi dollar. Alternatively, if Kiwi dollar strength continues, well then we're looking at for it to nudge its way down there. Alright, so there you go. I was oh no, there might be one more. Here there is. I apologise. Euro against CAD. I thought I hadn't finished it up. Here we go. So let's have a look at this. Euro against CAD. Look at that. Actually, that's a nice one, isn't it? That's a real engulfing candle. It's a real key month reversal there in the euro against the Canadian dollar. Okay, remember that's what we're saying is that the Canadians have hinted that there might well be a sort of rate hikes coming down the line for the Canadian dollar, and basically that's what we've seen there. Is we've seen that great move there on the Canadian dollar. Okay, so there you go. That's the sterling and the euro crosses, and the next one I'll look at the best of the rest. I hope you found that useful. As I said, doing the monthly candles, you can do that, in the first couple of days of the month, all right. And admittedly, most of the time there'll be nothing to see, but every so often you'll see a couple of interesting candles just like that, and you can take that information down into your sort of, let's say, your position trading, your swing trading. If that helps you. All right, trade well. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.